Now, you've done horror, you've done comedy, as we've been speaking about, and you even done blockbuster superhero films such as Shazam. You know what that stands for? No, you don't. Avengers: Age of Ultron and Ant-Man. These films, of course, seems to come with more money, bigger budget, more hands on deck, more moving parts. Now, how do all of those factors affect the creative process compared to when you're doing a lesser budgeted film?
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. A lot of the bigger movies that I've been on have a bit more contained, like more planned out shots. Like you'll get animatics. There's like honestly, like someone will come with an iPad and we'll be like, all right, this is what we're shooting today. This is the action. And we would actually just look at those things and go, okay, we got to set up this shot, and match all that stuff. It's a bit more controlled. Not to say that the directors don't get a freedom or a creativity. They do, they get their say so. But when it comes to the action and things like that, it's usually already kind of like, usually the second, second unit will be the action unit, where I'll be on the first unit and we're doing all the dialogue and all the talking stuff. And every now and then we'll get the action. But the second unit usually just is on their own and they're doing all the stuff with stunt people. So a lot of times, like with Shazam, like we did a lot of cool stuff and we did a lot of the action. But for the most part, the major action that I saw when the movie came out was all second unit. And I'm like, oh, that was cool. I'm doing more of the actor stuff. And like, I would lead in with the stunt stuff. Then they take over. And then we do the ending where the actors come back together. And that's kind of how that works out.
It's cool.
But smaller budget movies, you do get to be more creative. You do get to like really be like more involved. I think between like the $10 to $20 million movies, I think those are great because it's just enough money to make a great movie, but you also are creative with your crew and everybody else. You get to actually still make those decisions because you don't have those kind of resources, the animatics or anything like that. You have to be pretty resourceful. When you have all that money, you make awesome movies and you have a schedule that also does it. That's the other thing. Budgets. If you have like one of the Marvel budgets, you have 70 to 80 to over 100 days to shoot a movie. Mm-hmm. When you don't have money, like Studio 666, we had 27 days to shoot the whole movie, right. But ended up being 32 because of the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So you have to be fast and creative. You don't have all the time to concentrate on like these really awesome, like, detail-oriented action set pieces.
Those are the Marvel films and the big cinematic blockbusters are great. They're awesome entertainment, but as an aspiring filmmaker, and I've told him this, I have no desire to, like, if I was offered a job today to go work at Marvel Studios, I don't want to. I don't want what they have to do. That undertaking, it just seems too large. Like so many moving parts going on.
Well, if I'm not here next week, you know where I'm at, right? They call me. I'll be here.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
I'll take a Marvel movie. I'll do it.
It's like you have a job for 10 to 15 years. Like, creatively,
even that is too much. That's it's a whole lot. Like, I like the small scale. Like when I think of filmmaking, when I got into like really wanting to make movies, it's looking at people like Wes Anderson or Quentin Tarantino. Yeah. The large independent productions is like the biggest I would ever scale up to.
You don't get those budgets a lot nowadays. Like when I first started, there used to be the low budget indies, and then there was a medium budget, and then there was a big budget movie kind of thing. And the medium budgets don't come around much anymore. And the low budgets that we used to have here, they're not as much as they were. Now it's like you either have like a $5 million budget or you have like something like 15 to 20. It's like it's very rare to get like the indie films, like kind of budgets around here, especially here in Los Angeles, maybe other places, but I haven't seen it in a long time.
That's just weird with the streaming platforms. There's like so many more places to just put material out with low risk. It seems like it should be the opposite.
Yeah, no, I know you would think, but even the streaming movies, like they throw a lot of money in at those, like the Gray Man that's coming out, that was huge. Like all my friends worked on it. It was like this massive budget streaming going straight to Netflix movie,
Wow. That's crazy. Times are changing.
Yeah.
Yeah.